Good morning, my people, and welcome to the next play 6-7. I'm your host, Darkel. Thank you for joining me. To all my players and players, please like, share, and subscribe. It takes less than 3 seconds and is always free. Thank you for joining me. I would like to start the day off by saying the quiz of yesterday's quiz was, who was the mailman? Whose nickname was the mailman? And the answer is Carl Malone. But he sure was delivering. Couldn't stop him. And today's quiz of the day for tomorrow is who was called the Iceman. My quotes of the day is, we do not remember days, we remember moments. The richness of life lies in memories we have forgotten. I'm going to say that again. We do not remember days, we remember moments. The richness of life lies in the memories we have forgotten. That's by Cesar Pavese. Okay. My word of the day is unstoppable force. An unstoppable force is a symbolic or hypothetical that cannot be slowed, deflected, or halted by an obstacle. Let me say that again. An unstoppable force is a symbolic or hypothetical force power that cannot be slowed, deflected, or halted by an obstacle. In everyday language, it describes a person, a group, or drive with immense, overwhelming momentum that achieves its goals no matter what stands in the way. Oh, that's deep. That's a powerful word. On the WNBA scores, the Fire defeated the Storm. Bridget Carrollton had 14 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists. And the Fever defeated the Wings 98-87. Caitlin Clark had 29 points, 3 rebounds, 10 assists. Kelsey Mitchell had 23 in a new losing cause for the in the winning cause, excuse me. Caitlin Clark had 29. Let me back up. Okay, let me do this again. WNBA scores: the Fire 84, the Storm 82. Bridget Carrollton had 14 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists for the Fire, and in the losing effort for the Storm, our fam had 20 points, 9 rebounds. The Fever defeated the Wings 98-87. Caitlin Clark had 29, 3 and 10, and Kelsey Mitchell added 23. The Wings, Paige Beck, they lost 98-87. For the Wings, Paige Beckers had 29, 6 and 6. It's a bad, man, you can't be developing them players. Okay, she had 29, 6 and 6, Paige Beckers, and Enrique Angumbuwali had 20, 6 and 1, 20.6 rebounds and 1 assist. Okay. In Major League Baseball, Kansas City 7, Los Angeles Angels 6. Well, I could say 1. Let me just say 1. Kansas City 7, Los Angeles Angels 1. Oakland 8, Texas 3, Los Angeles Dodgers 3, Milwaukee 1. Colorado 5, San Francisco 2. The Cubs 3, St. Louis had a donut. Give them some coffee to go with it. Cincinnati 1, Miami had a donut. Give them jelly donuts, please. Chicago White Sox 9, Detroit 5, Pittsburgh 8, Boston 4, San Diego 7, Cleveland 5. Baltimore 6, Tampa Bay 5. The Mets, my Mets, 1-4. They beat the Nationals 4-1. The Blue Jays defeated the Yankees 3-1. Arizona they blanked Atlanta 2-0. Give them some cold coffee. And Houston 10, Seattle 7. Today I'm going to talk about a very unstoppable force in the NBA. So the word of the day was unstoppable force, which said is a symbolic or hypothetical force, power that cannot be slowed, deflected, or halted by an obstacle. And this guy sure was all that. And his name was Wilton Norman Chamberlain. Okay, he was an American professional basketball player standing 7 feet 1 inches tall. He played center in the National Basketball League for 14 years. He was enshrined in the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame in 1978 and was elected to the NBA's 35th, 50th, and 75th anniversary team. Chamberlain is widely considered to be one of the greatest basketball players of all time. According to former teammate Billy Cunningham, the NBA guide reads like Wilt's personal diary. Chamberlain holds 72 NBA records, including several regular season records in scoring, rebounding, and durability. Blocks were not counted during his career. He remains the only player to score 100 points in a single game. He also once gathered 55 rebounds. God damn. And never fouled out. Chamberlain is the only player to average 30 points and 20 rebounds per game in a season, a feat he accomplished 7 times. He once averaged 50 points per game as well as 48 minutes per game in a season. Chamberlain untimely won 2 NBA championships, 4 regular season Most Valuable Player awards, the Rookie of the Year, Finals MVP, and 1 All-Star Game MVP. He was selected to 13 All-Star games and 10 All-NBA teams, 7 first and 3 second teams. He won 7 scoring, 11 rebounding, 9 durability, and 9 field goal percentage titles. While in college, let me slow that down. Let me go back, and I apologize because sometimes I could talk too fast and be mumbling, sound like I'm mumbling, so please forgive me. But I am human. He won 7 scoring, 11 rebounding, 9 durability, and 9 field goal percentage titles. I had to do that again. While in college, Chamberlain played for Kansas Jayhawks and lost the national championship game to the North Carolina Tar Heels in triple overtime. His sophomore year, he also played for the Harlem Globetrotters before joining the NBA, where he played for the Philadelphia San Francisco Warriors, Philadelphia 76ers, and the Los Angeles Lakers. Chamberlain had an on-court rivalry with Boston Celtics center Bill Russell, suffering a long string of losses before breaking through and winning the 1967 NBA Finals as a member of the 76. Chamberlain won his second championship as a member of the 1972 Lakers, a team which set a record with a 33-game winning streak. Following his professional basketball career, Chamberlain played volleyball in the short-lived International Volleyball Association, and he served 1 term as the league president and is enshrined in the IVA Hall of Fame, which stands for IVA Hall of Fame, International Volleyball Association. Sports writers had known Chamberlain by several nicknames during his playing career, calling attention to his height since his high school days. He disliked the ones that negatively portrayed his height, such as Wilt the Stilt and Goliath, preferring the Big Dipper, inspired by his friends who saw him dip his head as he walked through the doorways. The name was retained in one of the Chamberlain's signature moves, the Dipper Dunk. He was one of the first players to make prominent use of shots like the fadeaway jump shot and the finger roll. His success near the basket led to the widening of the lane, offensive goaltending rules, and the banning of inbound passes over the backboard. Chamberlain, who was always a poor free throw shooter, had the ability to dunk from the foul line, which led to the ruling that a free throw shooter must keep his feet behind the line. Wilt Norman Chamberlain was born on August 21st, 1936 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the 6th of 9 children to Southerners Olivia Ruth Nee Johnson, a domestic worker, and William Chamberlain, a welder and handyman. The family lived in a middle-class neighborhood in the Haddingtown section of West Philadelphia. I didn't know they had. Okay, let me stop. West Philadelphia. Chamberlain was raised as a Baptist. Chamberlain's first competitive sport was track. As a 4th grader, he ran a 300-yard shuttle in the 1946 Penn Relays among older teammates. Tall for an early age, he stood 6'0". By 10 years old, he nearly died of pneumonia in his early years and missed a whole year of school as a result. During his early childhood, he was not interested in basketball, which he regarded as a game for sissies, according to Chamberlain. However, basketball was king in Philadelphia, so he eventually turned to the sport in the 7th grade while attending Shoemaker Junior High School. Chamberlain stood 6 feet 11 inches when he entered Philadelphia Overbrook High School as an avid track and field athlete. He high jumped 6 feet 6 inches, ran the 440 yards in 49.0 seconds and the 880 yards in 1 minute 58 seconds, .3. But the shot put the shot 53 feet 4 inches and long jump 22 feet. Chamberlain was the star player for the Overbrook Hilltoppers basketball team, wearing jersey number 5. Chamberlain had a natural advantage against his peers. He became renowned for his scoring talent, physical strength, and shot blocking abilities. According to ESPN journalist Hal Bach, Chamberlain was scary, flat out frightening. Before he came along, very few players at the center position possessed his level of athleticism, stature, and stamina. Chamberlain changed the game in fundamental ways no other players did. In this period of his life, his 3 lifelong nicknames, Wilt the Stilt, Goliath, and the Big Dipper, his favorites, were coined. Chamberlain led the team to 2 city championships over 3 seasons, with Overbrook logging a 56-3 win-loss record. He broke the Hall of Fame guard Tom Goler's Philadelphia high school scoring record, 2,222 points, and graduated with 2,252 points, averaging 37.4 points per game. In 1955, Chamberlain entered the University of Kansas. He was a member of the Kappa Alpha Phi fraternity and was president of his pledge class, as he had been at Overbrook. Chamberlain displayed his diverse athletic talent at KU. He ran a 100-yard dash in 10.9 seconds, shot put it 56 feet, triple jump more than 50 feet, and won the high jump in the Big 8 Conference Track and Field Championship in 3 consecutive years. Wow, what an athlete. Chamberlain allegedly dunked on an experimental 12-foot basketball set up by Fong Allen. His professional career. After his frustrating junior year, Chamberlain wanted to become a professional. At the time, the NBA did not accept players until after their college graduating class had been completed. Chamberlain decided to play for the Harlem Globetrotters from 1958 for $50,000. The team enjoyed a sold-out tour for the Soviet Union in 1959. They were greeted by General Secretary Nikita Khrushchev prior to the start of the game at Moscow's Lenin Central Stadium. One Globetrotter skit involved Chamberlain. Metal Lock Lemon collapsed into the ground. Instead of helping him up, Chamberlain threw him several feet into the air and caught him like a dog. Lemon, who at the time weighed 210 pounds, later said Chamberlain was the strongest athlete who ever lived. In the 1959-60 NBA season, Chamberlain joined a Philadelphia Warriors squad that was coached by Neil Johnson. All 5 starters were native Philadelphians: Chamberlain, Tom Goler, Guy Rogers, and Hall of Fame forward Paul Arizin and Ernie Beck. In his first NBA game played against the New York Knicks, Chamberlain scored 43 points and grabbed 28 rebounds. In his third game, Chamberlain scored 41 points and then a career-high 40 rebounds in a 124-113 win over the visiting Syracuse Nationals. In his fourth game, Philadelphia played the reigning champion Boston Celtics, who were coached by Auerbach, whose offer Chamberlain had rejected several years before, and Bill Russell, who was lauded as one of the best defensive pivots in the game. In the first of many matchups, Chamberlain outscored Russell with 30 points against Russell's 28, but Boston won the game, and the Chamberlain-Russell rivalry will go on to become one of the NBA's greatest of all time. On November 10, 1959, Chamberlain posted 39 points and a new career-high 43 rebounds in a 126-125 win over the visiting Knicks. He recorded a rock and roll record in January 1960 singing "That's Easy to Say" by The River. Well, he got a long. I gotta cut this short because his stuff is long. He got a heck of a. Wow, I gotta do another special on this. It's long. I'm sorry, y'all, but this is too long. Uh, on July 9th, 1968, the trade between the Los Angeles Lakers and the Sixers was completed, making it the first time a reigning NBA MVP was traded the next season. Lakers owner Jack Kent Cooke gave Chamberlain an unprecedented contract, paying him $250,000 after taxes, about $2.3 million in real value. In comparison, previous Lakers top earner Jerry West was paid $100,000 before taxes, about $930,000 in real value. It's crazy. Okay, so I'm going to cut this short, okay? But this is in the 1970-71 NBA season, the Lakers signed Gail Goodrich to return from the Suns. Okay, we're going to go into, basically that's the end of his story because it's a long story, but he was a great, I'm going to have to do another special on that because I'm going to have to break it down to what I really think is the nitty gritty, like his championships with the Knicks. So please excuse me for that, because I'm already 16 minutes in and I got things to do, so I apologize for that. But I will do another special on this great player because he was definitely like that. Wilt Chamberlain, one of the Wilt the Stilt, the Big Dipper, whatever you want to call it. He was a bad, unstoppable force, like I said on the word of the day. Before I go, I would like to say free Poppy, free Sadiq, see Just, Supreme, and Naheem. And before I leave, I would like to also say my favorite words. May each of you want but never want as long as you live. May each of you live to be 100 and me 100 minus a day, so I'll never know when great people like yourselves have passed away. May you live as long as you want, but never want as long as you live. Remember, if your device is not on the next place, 6-7, then your device is not really on. Peace, love, and prosperity to all. I'm out. Thank you very much.